Hello, friends, and welcome into Ravens Rundown by Chat Sports. I am Tom Downey, and we are here with my final Ravens mock draft with trades. You can all thank superstar producer Jeremy for making it happen on today's video, because there's a good chance the Ravens do get a little wheelie and dealy, given they have roughly estimate here all of the fourth-round picks. They've got the first, the second, 2/3 in the top 100, and in the end, the Ravens have 5 picks in the top 141. Will they keep all of them? I don't know about that one there. 119, 128, 139, 141, 110, and then, of course, a 6th-round pick at number 196. So before we get to the Ravens pick in round 1, I would like to hear from you. Who should the Ravens take in the first round? Drop a name for me. Only one. Pick one guy in the comments right now. Before we get to pick number 1, there were some, Trayvon Walker went weird. Look, the Sims get weird sometimes. It happens. Most notably, Jordan Davis goes number 12 off the board here to the Minnesota Vikings. Derek Stingley goes number 13 to the Houston Texans, which could very well happen from that standpoint, which means there was a surprise faller. And if I were the Ravens and this guy was on the board, I am sprinting to the podium. Kayvon Thibodeaux is there in round 1 at number 14. I love it. Thibodeaux, for me, is a top 5 player this year, even with the whispers of the ego and the attitude, whatever, because Kayvon Thibodeaux, in his first year at Oregon, had more sacks, or the same amount of sacks, that Trayvon Walker, potential number 1 overall pick, had in his entire career. So, yeah. Give me Thibodeaux, who's been productive, is a really great athlete as well, is disruptive. I am not as concerned about the person that apparently other people are out there. If you can get Thibodeaux at 14, I think you are ecstatic, and that would be one of the steals of round 1 for the Baltimore Ravens. But we're a show for the people, so if you don't like it, you can tell me in the comments section. Do you like my pick of Kayvon Thibodeaux? Y for yes or N for no. Another surprising faller here, Quay Walker. If I told you a month ago Walker at 45, you would have said sure. If I told you Walker at 45 now, you said, wow, he didn't go round 1? I'm not sure he's going to get out of the first round. But if he does, I think it's a fantastic selection for the Baltimore Ravens. We know how much that organization overall likes those SEC players. And Walker was not a playmaker at Georgia, but he's got the frame, got the traits, got the size, and showed enough promise as both a coverage player in terms of not allowing a bunch of space and as a run stopper to benefit a team like the Ravens. You don't have to be out on Patrick Queen yet. You can play Walker next to Queen as your Mike and your Will, respectively. I love Walker in the event he ends up getting there. Time for our trade. Let's get some wheeling and dealing going here for the Baltimore Ravens. All these extra picks, let's spend them. Let's jump all the way up from pick number 100. Remember, 2/3. I send one of them along with 2 of my 4th-round picks, 110 to 119. I'm moving up almost 40 spots in this mock draft to get into the back end of the 2nd round because there's another highly promising Georgia player sliding. I don't want to go receiver unless I get a potential star, and I think George Pickens can be that guy. An offense of Bateman, Pickens, and Marquise Brown this year is highly intriguing. Bateman can still do a bunch of things for you inside and out. Pickens offers you awesome trash-talking, physicality, that throwback X-receiver, good size, good speed, more vertical threat stuff. If you lose Marquise Brown in a year or 2, that's fine. You've got other guys that can fill that slot role. I want to have a more successful passing attack. Pickens, I think, goes top 42. That number is intentional, by the way. That's the Colts pick in round 2, but I like Pickens a lot in this year's draft. We will be live for the entire 2022 NFL Draft. So if you want instant reaction to the picks as they happen, with them being leaked by us here before the networks announce them, go subscribe to our Chat Sports YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/chatsportstv. That link will be in the comment section, and it'll be in the description. Round 3, how about a corner? You can use Marlon Humphrey still at nickel at times as well. And how about Coby Bryant? First off, elite name, by the way. Good size as well. I think will fit best as an outside receiver in the NFL. This is your eventual outside replacement if you don't retain Marcus Peters. The Ravens like to have size. You can find nickels later or still in free agency. I didn't love the nickel crop that was available. I do need more outside corner depth. I'm playing with house money with another third-round pick on the board here. So give me Coby Bryant, who somehow won the Jim Thorpe Award over his teammate Sauce Gardner. College football writers have no idea what they're watching. I swear I think they're some of the just the worst people overall in terms of like actually knowing what's going on around college football. How they pick Coby Bryant, I will never understand. Terrible job on their part. But he is a good football player. Bryant, as I check my board here quickly, got a 3rd/4th round grade for me. He's number 97 overall. So we're talking right in the perfect range for the Cincinnati corner. I like the size, like the length. He's not Sauce Gardner. That's just not who he's going to be. I do worry a little bit about some of the quicks for him, but he is a good football player. So you get Bryant in the 3rd round after trading up earlier to get some offensive help. I think it's a pretty good thought process and plan there for the Baltimore Ravens, who have plenty of picks to play with. So which side of the ball needs more help? Type OS for the offensive side or type in DS for the defensive side. Haven't got a center yet, but maybe we'll get to that here in a little bit. I want to hear from you guys in the meantime in the comments section. See, that's how you do a tease, folks. Luke Fortner out of Kentucky. The interior offensive line class for me this year is incredibly challenging and tricky. The centers, guards, I got a bunch of them packed in the 3rd round. One of them is Fortner. To get him in the 4th, I'm all for it. Now, much like Patrick McCarry, Fortner can do some different things for you. He could play guard or center in the NFL. Hopefully, Ronnie Stanley is good to go, hearing mostly good things about that as of late from big media. If he's not, you can play Patrick McCarry at left tackle and then allow yourself to slot in Luke Fortner at center. Worst case, it gives you another valid option at center, which I am unconvinced you have because I think your other guards, the Bens, are guards, and I think Phillips can play tackle, but probably not center. Haskell Garrett next up here out of Ohio State. There's not that many guys who I think could really play a decent 3-tech spot for you, but I do think for the Ravens, this is a pretty decent scheme fit. Garrett showed better pressure rate in 2020 than in 2021, but it was not bad by any stretch of the imagination. 3-tech for Ohio State. I think 3-tech or 5-tech for the Ravens for that specific scheme. I always like adding good defensive line depth, and that's what Garrett brings me. Next up is Rasheed Walker, who I am not overly high on. I've got a 4th round grade on him. That's exactly where he goes here in this mock draft, so I'm all for it from that standpoint. Walker has a lot of traits that you like. He is not, by any stretch of the imagination, a finished product. This is a developmental option at left tackle, just in case Ronnie Stanley has issues staying healthy moving forward. One of my guys now, Neil Farrell. I've actually got a 4th round grade on him. He's all the way down here at pick number 196. This is your down-the-road nose guard. When your other guys call it a career and you've been playing in recent years, this is your guy. Farrell brings you a little bit of burst as a pass rusher, but he's going to be best as a run stopper, a run clock. Play that 5 technique if you had to at points. I think nose guard is going to be his best spot in the NFL. So Farrell falling in the 6th round. I am higher on him than most, but I'm all for getting him if he slides to almost pick 196 to be exact. So in total, the Ravens stick with 8 picks via all the trades made by big-time producer Chugs. Kayvon Thibodeaux, what a steal at round 1, number 14. It's an A for all of their picks just because of that one. That's how good it is. Quay Walker, round 2. George Pickens, part of that trade in the 2nd round. Coby Bryant in the 3rd. Luke Fortner in the 4th, along with Haskell Garrett and Rasheed Walker. That's a center from Kentucky, a D tackle from Ohio State, an offensive tackle from Penn State, and finally, Neil Farrell, the defensive tackle out of LSU. So that's my mock draft, the final one with trades here for the Baltimore Ravens. I want you guys to grade it for me. A, B, C, D, or F. Be honest. I want your honest feedback for me right now in the comments section.